So recently, Hulu added the first 150 English dubbed episodes of One Piece, and I haven't seen them since I was a sophomore in high school, so I've been going down memory lane, and I gotta say, One Piece pre-time-lapse is still one of the best anime I've ever seen. The characters, action, and the massive world holds up still. So, what about One Piece's gaming scene? Sure, there's been a couple warrior titles and anime brawlers, but there's only one game that tries to bring the Straw Hats into the open world genre, and that's One Piece World Seeker. But is it any good? And to that I say, kinda? Let me explain. I want the tone of this review to start off positive because this game does have a lot of potential for the future of a true open world One Piece game. For starters, Prison Island is absolutely beautiful, filled with lush forests, towering navy bases filled to the brim with enemies, and small villages that bring that classic One Piece feeling to life. You can even see a scale representation of the Thousand Sunny, and it's massive! Aboard the ship, you can talk to the crew members to craft items and even change Luffy's outfit, which are a bunch of references to the show. The best part about this world is that there are no barriers anywhere. If you see it, you can traverse it, and you might even find a hidden path that allows you to get there easier, or you can test your maneuver skills and gum rocket yourself to wherever you desire. All the characters you know and love are here, the Straw Hat crew of course, Navy admirals, and many more from One Piece's massive world. They even included Buggy the Clown, Luffy's first major enemy. Unfortunately, as pretty faithful to the show as this game is, there is a lot of core mechanics that are half-assed and clunky. The more I played the game, the more I began to wonder if the devs even played a modern open world 3D action game. The gold paint on One Piece World Seeker wears off fast. When you're done zipping around the city, eventually you do need to progress the story. And the missions, both primary and side, all play the same. It's either some fetch quest to find specific items somewhere on the map, go to one place, find out it's not the right place, go to another place, and sometimes even go back to that one place that you were told wasn't the right place, and apparently it was there all along, and you just go back, or just go to the place and hit people. It feels like I'm stuck in the beginning section of an MMO constantly. The RPG elements this game has are also watered down. The items you find can give Luffy buffs, but it doesn't feel like much of an upgrade. And the skills tree even has some questionable upgrades, like reduce the time it takes to open a treasure chest. Sure. But the thing is, the only way you can level up efficiently is by doing these boring quests. Grinding is near impossible. An average upgrade in this game costs about 200 skill points, and with missions you get between 200 to 400 skill points, depending on the difficulty. You can get points by roaming around, but only if you fight enemies. How many points do you think you get for beating one enemy? A reasonable guess would be about 10 to 20, but no, you get 1 point. But there's bigger guys too, maybe they can give you some more. And you'd be correct, beating a big enemy gets you 4 points. So, would you rather do a mission for 200 points or try and beat 200 enemies for one beginning skill upgrade? Not to mention there's so much dialogue and a lot of it's pointless. You could be stopped potentially 5 times picking up items to be told a brief story about something you don't care about, only to return to your quest as Luffy, the potential king of the pirates, hunting down a fucking carrot. But what about the combat? Let me say first that they were extremely faithful to Luffy's moveset. All of his signature moves are here: Gum Bazooka, Pistol, UFO, Red Hawk, Gatling, and even Elephant Gatling, and there's many more. But when you're fighting, it feels very sluggish and a lot slower than you'd expect Luffy to move. Luffy has 2 modes, and you can change between them by pressing down on the D-pad. The first mode is Observation Mode, which is for quickly getting in and out of struggles. In this mode, you can use light attacks perfect for taking on 1 to 2 enemies, and you get a quick dodge. The next mode is Armament Haki Mode, which lets Luffy unleash heavier, high damage attacks, and instead of a dodge, he is given a block that is effective on all sides but can be broken if hit too much. Then you have your special moves, which consists of Red Hawk, Elephant Gatling, and Eagle Storm. These moves do massive damage and are tied to Luffy's tension meter. Depending on how filled your meter determines on what specials you can do. The problem with this system is that certain moves that you may want to use are locked behind a certain mode. Sometimes it's better to dodge than block, or maybe I want to use Gatlin after dealing a couple hits with hockey punches. instead of this big ass foot that takes 2 years to land. Enemy ranged attacks are also crazy unfair and unpredictable, as there's no way to tell when an enemy is about to fire or where it came from. There's no bullet trail or warning icon, you just get shot, and they do crazy amounts of damage. Even the lock-on is half-assed. When you lock onto the enemy, the camera doesn't even lock on or rotate around them. It just points to where the enemy is at that certain time. And when you lock on, your attacks don't even auto-aim. You just have to move the stick in that angles constantly, which could lead you to missing an attack and getting punished for it. Let's look at the Batman Arkham series. The fights are similar, but the way Batman fights back is way more polished and accurate. When you're about to be attacked, you are shown where it's coming from and if it's ranged or physical, and you are given a window to dodge or counter. Also, attacking multiple enemies is way easier, as you only need to move the stick in the general direction once, and then Batman will consistently hit them until you say otherwise. And even then, punching multiple enemies at once is easy because your attacks are not locked behind large animations that restrict your movement. The camera even adjusts to a specific angle to where you can see everything around you. World Seeker does none of this, making combat clunky and visually daunting to the player. The Arkham games had combat down since 2010, and World Seeker was released in 2019. How can the combat feel so far behind after a legacy of amazing games led by example? I can understand in other genres of games when movement is supposed to be difficult, but when you're trying to explore a beautiful open world, why would you restrict it? Luffy's movement takes some getting used to, and it feels like you're controlling a boat more than a person, which makes interacting with collectibles irritating. So many movement options are locked behind flashy animations that look great, but it can be a mess with the flow, making precise movement a nightmare. There's also these pseudo-stealth sections in the game, but there's no stealth mechanics. There's no, like, cover or quick dodge or sneak. You just have a quick takedown, which can be upgraded, but it barely works, and with the terrible controls it's annoying to play. Also, there's snipers. I fucking hate the snipers. I'll just be zipping around, wanting to check on my boy Fred, when I'm suddenly shot down by some asshole I can't even see. This happens a lot, especially when you're in Steel City, and it's never not annoying. And just like I said before, there's no way to dodge or react, you just get shot. But wait, you die-hard One Piece fans say, Luffy's made of rubber, and in the show he bounces back bullets all the time with his body. Why is it affecting him now? Well, all the bullets in this game are made out of sea prism stone, which negates his rubber powers because people with devil fruit powers are weak to the ocean. Man, it's one thing to put a garbage mechanic in the game, but when you make the reason behind it canonically correct, that's just a dick move. It's very difficult to talk so poorly about this game because I am a huge One Piece fan. When it comes to story and characters, both were made by series creator Ichiro Oda, so if you're a big fan, this game is great for wanting more story. However, if you wanted a perfect One Piece game, sadly this is nowhere near it. The game looks gorgeous and the combat moves are very faithful to the show. It's just executed very lazily and feels dated for a modern game. I usually like to beat the games before I make a review, but I got so bored with all the repetitive missions I clocked out about 8 hours in. But I already got all this footage and wrote the script, so I'm not putting it to waste. My rating for this game is a 4 out of 10. The love for the series is here, it's just hidden behind bad mechanics and bad gameplay. If you're going to purchase this game, wait for it to go on sale. I got it during Black Friday, and luckily I'm only down 15 bucks. Otherwise, it's still priced at a full $60, and that's nowhere near worth it. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next review. Hey, you made it to the very end of the video. Thank you so much for doing that. It means a lot. So this is basically the end card section where I just kind of talk freely for like a couple minutes and just check on you guys to see how you're doing. So recently I'm about to graduate college. I'm very excited about that, and a little bit more time has been opening up, so now I can start to work more on these reviews as well as stream more. I've been streaming a lot more recently, mostly late at night, so it's like kind of around like midnight, sometimes earlier around like 10, and it lasts usually about 2 or 3 hours. So if you want to catch these streams and say hi, I'd greatly appreciate it if you showed up. Other than that, thank you so much again for watching all the way through. Can't wait to work on more game reviews. I've really been enjoying making these, and the responses on them have been great. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.